Welcome back, everybody. So we're going to go through some of the changes that exist currently in 3.24. This is very early days. Well, it's going to go into Wave 2 probably soon. So I think a lot of these will stick as far as these fixes. Some of the details are still light, so I just want to give some updates, like the rental stuff that's coming out, which is good for the Vulture and the Reclaimer because they're both on that list. I don't know what the cost is going to be, and it's not yet in the PTU. So anyways, let's get through what I've found so far and what's kind of out there with some of the updates. Price changes a little bit on the RMC side, which is unfortunate. I'll always beat this drum, but they need to stop. I think they're reducing the price of RMC continually to reduce the amount from cargo trading. They just need to take it away from cargo trading at this point. So I think RMC, a lot of the special mining materials and stuff like that, the quantanium and whatnot, I think all of that needs to be restricted to people that mine it themselves. And then eventually when they open up being able to sell it to players, then let people purchase it from players directly. Anyways, I'm not going to hop on that high horse right now, but that's my thought on RMC. I think they just need to, I think they're reducing it because of the trading that's going on with RMC, and I think that's the wrong way to go about it. They just need to cut that altogether and allow RMC to only be collected through salvaging. With the Vulture coming out as a rental, though, that could mean that RMC may see more cuts as well going forward, because we'll have to get into that. All right, let's take a look at some of these updates. First up to bat, we have this posting from yesterday. I've been wanting to work on this video for a long time, but stuff keeps trickling out, and I just got to find a spot to do the update. And eventually I could do a 324 overall once it goes live and whatnot, but there's been some interesting updates and stuff so far from the findings in 324. So you can see here the Vulture is listed as going to be coming out. What these are going to be is new rentals. So the Vulture is going to be coming out, and the Reclaimer supposedly. So that's really good for salvaging. The Vulture, at least, having the Reclaimer come out, I think it's great for a rental, but it'll be interesting to see how that could potentially negative affect how RMC and stuff works out. We'll have to see the pricing as well, though. So right now, no pricing listed for these. I would expect the Vulture to be similar pricing to the Prospector, actually potentially cheaper, because I think the Prospector is actually more expensive in game than the Vulture is. At any rate, looking forward to see how this could effectively. I think it helps new players quite a bit, to be honest. I'm very excited to have the Vulture as a rental. I think that helps a lot of new people out, and just people in general that want to try out the gameplay loop. So looking forward to that for sure. All right, let's get into the next update. So first up, we have the construction material. This will be pretty quick and easy because there's been no adjustments there. I added originally at 1522, 1522, and it's still 1522. So no changes to report there, which is good. That's already been hit by the nerf pat pretty heavily, and it's fine. I think it's fine where it's at. It's okay, right? I would always want more money, but if that's where they want to leave it, people are making do. It is what it is. RMC, however, on the other hand, has been taking a hit. So I have it as 14,681 currently in live, so 14.681K. And I saw two pricings in RMC on the PTU, and it's gone down, unfortunately. So originally I saw 13.2K, so it was actually 13,199. 13,199. That's a 10% reduction. However, I've seen prices as low as 12,960 or 12.9K, which is 11.72% reduction. So almost a 12% reduction is pretty hefty from current live. Again, it's a little under 1175. So 11.72 is the reduction I'm seeing, which is unfortunate. So anywhere between 10 to 11%, almost 12% reduction is pretty spicy for RMC. Considering the easiest fix for that is just to stop selling it at outposts and stop letting people trade it. That seems to be the biggest fix, and just let salvagers collect it. And again, if you want to sell it at a later date, just let people buy it from salvagers. I don't know. It's unfortunate to see that it keeps taking a hit. I'm not overly complaining, but it is what it is. People will make do. But I hate to see it negatively affecting people that are just trying to get into salvaging gameplay, and continuing to see it negatively affect those that want to maybe do salvaging because they think it's probably too easy. I don't know. But I think it just negatively affects those that might want to get into the particular loop, which I think is going to be a lot of fun, especially with the rentals and stuff. I think it's still going to be a good moneymaker. It's not like it's unviable now. It's just something that's unfortunate to see it continues to take a bit of a hit. Next up is Hangar Salvage. I've been kind of getting to do this anyways. I think it's pretty fun. So this is an interesting dynamic that you can take part in. And I think this is a strong play for the Vulture. I think it's going to be really good for new players. Obviously, most people are thinking of insurance fraud here. Do what you will with that. Obviously, that's something you can do. What I've actually been doing is, you see the SRV in the background there. I actually go use the SRV to grab again, the reason you have to do a bit of insurance fraud is because they make it so hard for you to go get vehicles. I don't want to say so hard. That's not the right real terminology, but they make it challenging even if you have an SRV. You can see I've got a crime stat here because I've gotten a crime stat towing this Corsair into my hangar, which is really unfortunate. That always happens. So I have to basically go tow the vehicle, clear the crime stat. If I can, if the vehicle's out in space, I'll just take it instead and try to land it. The other thing is when you want to do this, you have to be aware that you have to have a hangar that's big enough to actually store the vulture temporarily to allow you to put that aside so you can go get the vehicle and then have access to your vulture, because you kind of have to can't finagle bringing a ship in and then not having your vulture out, because if you put the bay down, the hangar bay, and then you're losing your ship that you just grabbed. So it's a little different kind of to finagle, but it is something you can do. You just need to make sure the shields are down. Ideally, you power it down too if you need to, but you can leave the power on. It's just like this Corsair, I think, is on right now. It's just have the shields down. So anyways, I think it's been a fun way to go about salvaging, and I think it's going to be something fun. I like the idea of using an SRV, either bring a ship in to repair it, or in this case, obviously, you're going to use your salvager to tear it down. But I think future state would be cool to have like a little shop right in your hangar. No reason not to have some kind of mechanical shop like this and do what you want to do in your hangar. And I think for me, being able to turn it into a shop and do salvaging or repairing and stuff like that, I think would be fun. Obviously, repairing is not really a thing right now. You just get it mystically, magically taken care of by paying the fee. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I've shown this. This will be the third time I've shown this in a video. But for those that haven't seen it yet, you can salvage in your hangar, and I think it's been a fun way to go about salvaging, especially too since you can just download those boxes and dump them out right you need to sell them, and you can go put them in your warehouse, and then from there you can go sell. So I think it's a pretty good way to go about this gameplay loop. All right, that's about it. I could talk for 20 minutes about the bugs and stuff that's existed here. Again, it makes me a little worrisome about 4.0. I don't necessarily expect that to come out by year's end, just given how things are going at this current rate. But we'll see. We'll wait and see how that goes. So yet to be determined. I did show some of the bugs and stuff that I found in this video so far. We have showing up at other people's hangars. There's hangar queues you have to deal with on occasion. Those seem to be getting better in a lot of ways, but I still see it. Floating cargo, like I've seen cargo that like it shows up where once it comes out of the warehouse, you have to kind of finagle it a bit, and then some of the ships still don't work properly as far as like the Connie's concerned. Even using the flight ready doesn't necessarily get it going right away, so powering it up can be a challenge. Just bugs that have been retained since 3.23. Issues with trams. There's been issues where only one of the two trams will be working, so sometimes you have to ride it all the way around town in order to get where you want to go. Hopefully that gets fixed. So a lot of it's a lot of hoping that things will get fixed before it goes live. I'm sure in a lot of ways they will be in a lot of ways, but other things may persist. So I had problems with RMC as well, trying to load it up into the hangar or the warehouse there from in my hangar, and then getting it to sell. I had to bring that warehouse bay back up and down quite a few times. I think I did like 5 times in order to actually register all of my boxes. I had like 37 boxes because I think I had the 23 and then the 13 in the buffer. So once I unloaded all those, downloaded those into the warehouse area and tried to send them down, they wouldn't necessarily recognize all my boxes. So when I bring it back up, sometimes you see boxes still sitting there. So hopefully a lot of stuff gets ironed out. Again, a lot of it's based off hope and prayers, which is not the best thing you want to have to go off of all the time. And then largely that, that's been annoying. And then the wait times. So having to wait for a hangar is not ideal either. I think that's why I found a couple vehicles to tow, because people just said, oh, F it, I'm out of here, right? They don't want to wait around for a hangar. So that's why I get a vehicle to grab onto and bring it to my hangar and do some salvaging. That's about it. The salvage panels, very quickly, that all looks about the same. There's been no major update there. So unfortunately, it's still kind of, you have to adjust the angle there a bit to get and find them, but you still have to slow down and get close to the salvage panels where you can pick them up. So still a bit of a challenge there. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like mining yet, where you get to keep a marker on there, so it's easier to get a hold of it and find all the pieces you're finding. That's about it. Thank you all for checking out the video. Catch you all next time. I appreciate those that have taken time to like and subscribe. Peace.